Hi, and welcome back to Lighten Your Load VA Support. I'm Melissa, a virtual assistance operations manager who helps entrepreneurs create systems that feel light, not rigid. In my last episode, I shared a small system that lifted a big mental weight in my home and how that same concept can change the way we run our businesses. Once you start making things visible, you feel lighter. You realize how much you've been carrying in your head and how freeing it is when you finally can see it all in one place. But then comes the next step, keeping it visible and consistent, right? Because without consistency, even the best system starts to fade back into the background. Like any new habit, consistency is everything. We start strong, we feel motivated, and then life gets busy. The momentum fades and the new structure starts to slip. Now, it's not a failure, it just means that the system wasn't simple or visible enough to sustain itself. So today I want to help you see how clarity might be hiding in plain sight and share three gentle ways to make your systems more visible, consistent, and calm. So the hidden cost of invisible work as business owners is that we're full of ideas and tools, but the challenge isn't the lack of resources, it's the scattered visibility. When your systems and ideas live in too many places, so for example, a few Google Docs, a paper notebook, a dozen browser tabs, you spend more time searching than actually getting things done off your list. That constant searching just drains your focus, your energy, and your creativity. Visibility creates calm. When you see your business clearly, you stop carrying it all in your mind. So let's talk about how to bring that visibility back. So let's go over the three simple ways to make your systems visible and consistent. So tip number one would be to create one central home base for your business. Pick one tool, just one. It can be digital or paper to build your business hub. This is basically going to be your command center. So if you're digital, you might want to use Google Drive, Notion, Google Sheets, ClickUp, or Trello, and there's so many more than what I've just listed that you could try. If you prefer paper, I would suggest getting a binder or a notebook and then section it into areas of your business. So, for example, you might have a tab or section for clients, content, admin, finances, SOPs, and whichever you choose, I don't want you to overthink it. This is your command center, version one. Okay. It's not meant to be perfect right out the gate, it's just meant to exist. And for me personally, I personally like Google Sheets. It's where I track everything, my client projects, my episodes, key website links, and I just have everything separated and organized in different tabs. And that just helps me stay on track. But again, yours might need to look a little bit different for it to make sense to your brain and your personality and your workflow. And that is okay. Tip number two is to standardize what you repeat. So we're talking, this is where we're really talking about SOPs. Anything that you do regularly deserves its own custom template. It's one of the simplest ways to save time and prevent redeciding every week. So, for example, I created a master template doc for my YouTube and podcast episodes. It includes space for my scripts, my show notes, blog posts, and I have a section for publish dates and links. So when I start a new episode, I just duplicate the template tab, update the title, the episode number, and drop in the new content. Then I link that tab back to my Google Sheets hub so everything stays connected. This has saved me so much time from constantly asking myself, where did that file go? Or what format should I use this time? Everything is staying visible, reusable, and it's very easy to update it as well. Third tip is to make it shareable. So I want you also thinking about how you can set yourself up for when you are ready to hire a VA operations manager of your own. So think ahead. What are they going to need? Think about the think about the processes that you're going to need to hand off. So document your workflows so they can take over tasks without you having to sit down and tell them every day, how or when do I need to get this done? Because that just adds more stress and more time away from the things in your business that you do want to focus on, right? So by taking the time to um, really focus on making it shareable as you're creating these SOPs and systems from the beginning, it really helps you give more calm and confidence and just peace of mind for whatever scale or business expansion you do in the future in terms of a team. So you'll be set up to be able to hand that off without even having to think about it or have to stress about really needing to micromanage their work. So, really quick here, it's not about building a perfect, massive system right out the gate when we're creating our hubs or system banks for our businesses, okay? It's really about creating small anchors of consistency that help our brains rest. Every little bit of structure that we can put back into our workflow, a hub, a template, a documented process, it helps us free up our energy so we can really redirect that towards creativity and just having more calm and more peace of mind in our daily workflow. And so, if you're realizing that your systems are scattered or heavy, or just feeling like it's out of control, that might mean that it's your sign and time to begin getting ready for your next level of clarity. And if you'd like help identifying which small system you need to really bring in, you really need to focus on getting some relief from, I'd love to help. So click the link below to book a free consultation call and let's work out mapping out how to make your business feel lighter, calmer, and more aligned. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss next week's episode where I'm going to talk about something that quietly drains your energy even when your systems are built, the redeciding loop. So stay tuned and I'll see you next week for that episode.